the North Face Vectiv Infinite 3 on the run. First look today, straight out of the box. Now I just raced in the Vectiv Sky 2 up at Heaven's Gate. I've also reviewed the Vectiv Enduris 4. So this one's kind of gonna be a feel out run. Where does this shoe slot in to the North Face lineup? How does it feel in general? Definitely kind of like an all-rounder, at least in this first mile or two here. Let's talk about that a little bit more as I go on here. Vectiv Infinite 3 here was provided to me by North Face at no cost for test, review, and comparison purposes. They just sent me this shoe and they said, hey, go ahead, have fun. So I will not share any of my thoughts or opinions or anything I talk about in this video or the following videos with this shoe, with North Face or any other agency. I never do that. For anything I discuss or talk about, you're getting my completely unbiased and honest opinion as always. I'm gonna read off some specs that I wrote down on my hand here. Stack height listed at 30-24, 6 mil drop. That's the spec stack height. I find that North Face doesn't include certain elements. Usually bottom of the foot to the ground will be about 6 mil higher than what you see reported in some places. So I did measure 36-30, and that's a couple millimeters lower than the Enduris 4. I think I had that one measured at 37. I've got a US 10.0 here. My typical half size up in the North Face. I've got the same in the Enduris and the Sky 2 for comparison. In my 10, I measure 9.9 ounces, 280 grams, which is very good for that 36-30 stack. Dream foam here, nitrogen infused. TPU feels similar to the Enduris 4, Sky 2. Not certain if there's differences in formulation between them. There is an embedded nylon plate in here, similar to the Enduris 4, but slightly different shape and design. I'll take a look at that in detail in a later review after some more miles. Surface control outsole, again, same as the others. 5 mil lugs though, which matches the Sky 2. Kind of surprising here. Enduris 4 does have 4 mil lugs. A little bit more bite with these. So if you did watch my race videos, I stepped up my mileage a little bit this week. Wanted to hit around 70 to 80 miles. After this run, I'll probably be around 75, so on target there. Testing a new toy out here today. Let me know in the comments if you think you know what it is. Having a little bit of fun today. So if you're familiar with the North Face Vectiv rocker, this shoe definitely has it. Very full, kind of rounded under the arch, under the midfoot. Similar pretty much to the Enduris 4 and also Sky 2. I feel like Sky 2 at a lower stack feels even more prominent. Just has a nice cruisy roll to it. Land around the middle of the foot, hit that kind of Vectiv area, just very smooth through the ball of the foot and the toes. I will absolutely be doing an A/B comparison at some point between this one and the Enduris. Keep an eye out for that. I did kind of line them up side by side at home before I went out for the run. The stacks are kind of similar, as I mentioned. Enduris a touch higher, but that has definitely, no doubt, a wider platform. I think that's kind of the big difference between these shoes. That one's just wider on the ground. Forefoot, midfoot, close in the midfoot, a little more on the heel. But this one just feels, I don't feel like I'm catching as much ground underneath my forefoot strikes. Feels like I could be a little bit more agile in this one, and you know, still only a little bit less cushion underfoot. Quick look at the upper here. Bit of a taper up front. Again, I go with US 10 in North Face. My toe is right about here, so I've got a full thumbs width here, and I find with that rocker and, you know, pushing the toes together slightly, and this is a wide toe box. I just released a review of the Craft shoe, and that shoe is narrower, and I talked about how, you know, when you get into that front rocker, that shoe has one, it really squeezes your toes together, and I do get rubbing. I do have a 9.5 in that shoe. This at a 10, and it's also wider, so even though it does kind of taper right up here, it's wider over here for sure than the Craft shoe. When I roll flex forward, I'm still not touching the front, which is kind of how you want to size your trail shoes. So I like my 10 here, half size up again. It's just a nice forefoot, similar to the Enduris. Very nice space over here. Maintains it here, and it's great. The roll feels really, really smooth. This is a good upper. Engineered mesh. I love this. What is this? Glacier gray or white? I'm not sure the exact color. I love a light colored trail shoe, and this being not exactly white, I do, you know, this grayish glacier, whatever it is, it's nice. You know, I prefer to get my trail shoes dirty. I don't really need to keep them that clean. Got the Infinite 3 on my foot right now. I have reviewed the Enduris 4, just raced in the Sky 2. North Face, how about the Pro 3? Would love to round out the lineup here, give a full rundown. That would be cool. As you can tell in the video, that was super fun. It's like a twisty, turny, fun descent there. Switchbacks, tight turns, a little bit narrow at times. Kind of gotta hop around a bit. This Infinite, woo, handled it well, really well. Liking this one so far. So I'm on my way back home. First run straight out of the box. Put up my run details there. Pretty windy. Try to get this quick little video out there. Hope you enjoyed watching, coming along with me on this run. Thank you for subscribing if you already did. If you haven't, please do so. It helps me out. Check out humblerunning.com. Stay up to date over there. Thank you for watching again.